Okay, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to everyone who has joined and from wherever you have joined us. So whatever timing it is, wherever you are. My name is Uruj Mudassir. I am the conversion manager. And in today's session, you will be meeting our ambassadors, student ambassadors, and our team alumni. We will all be doing some short presentations for you, giving you a little bit of intro about what these students are studying, where they're from, a little bit of background from them. I am also a Hindi Business School alumni, so I won't be doing much of the talking for now. I'm going to give the mics to my team members here. These are all our current students, and they are also our student ambassadors. So if you're an offer holder, you might have received a call from them, or if you're going to be an offer holder, you might receive a call from them. If you don't get a call from us, or if you have a question before that, we have a very useful platform called Unibuddy. And that platform is on our website as well, where you can chat with our students. You can drop them a question and they will definitely answer you. They also create some very useful pieces of content on that platform, and that would be very useful for you as well, just to get a glimpse of their student life. They create some good content about the topics that are very important, such as scholarships, careers, and other things as well. So that's a very useful platform. Please do check it out on our website. It's on the Hindi Business School website as Chat to Our Students, and you will find all these ambassadors and others on that platform. Without taking much of your time now, I'm gonna give the mic to first our student ambassadors and then our alumni, who's also a team member now at Hindi Business School, Sonal. So the first ambassador who will be on the stage will be Mira.
Hello, my name is Mira Saad, and I'm a postgraduate student studying digital marketing at Hanley Business School, University of Reading. I'm from Lebanon. When I was deciding where to study, choosing Hanley Business School felt like a very natural decision to me. What initially attracted me was Hanley's strong reputation, both in UK and globally, especially in the fields of business management and analytics. I was looking for a business school that combines strong academic foundations with the real-world application, and Hanley stood out to me. My academic background in business administration with a focus on decision systems, so it was important for me to choose a school that goes beyond theory and emphasizes practical and applied learning. At Hanley, many modules are built around lectures, tutorials, seminars, case studies, group projects, and presentations, which really help prepare students for professional environments. I am also very grateful to receive the Hanley Excellence Scholarship, which reinforced my decision. Another reason why I chose Hanley is the learning environment. The school has a very diverse and international student community, which gives you the chance to interact with people from different cultures and perspectives. This has really helped me develop a global mindset and improve my ability to work effectively in multicultural teams, which is something that is extremely important in today's business world. The location was also a major factor in my decision. Hanley is based in a calm, safe, and student-friendly city, which makes it an ideal place to focus on your studies without feeling overwhelmed. At the same time, it's very close to London. It's at around 25 minutes by train, so you really get the best of both worlds while still enjoying a more peaceful and affordable student lifestyle. One aspect of the program that I'm particularly excited about is the Summer Applied Challenge project. This project gives us the opportunity to work on a real life business case with a company in Paris, France, where we will travel and apply what we have learned in the class to solve real business problems. Overall, my experience at Hanley so far has been very positive. The lecturers are supportive and approachable, and the academic environment encourages critical thinking, strong communication skills, and effective teamwork. I'm very happy with my decision to study at Hanley Business School, and I would highly recommend it to students who are looking for strong academic, practical learning, international exposure, and an excellent overall student experience. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mira. That was great. So next will be Talha. He will be sharing a little bit about his experience here at Hindi Business School.
Hello, my name is Talha. Before coming to Henley Business School, I already have a lot of experience in the field of real estate. So I decided to go for the real estate finance program. I'm basically here to tell you guys about the experience. Uh, Basically, my background was already connected to real estate, but I reached a point where I wanted more than just experience. I wanted the finance toolkit behind real estate decisions. I wanted to understand how institutional investors think, how risk is priced, how capital moves through the market, and how to analyze opportunities with proper structure and evidence, and not just the intuition. The real estate is a huge asset class, but the people who progress fastest are the ones who can combine market knowledge with a strong financial reasoning and analytical skills. So that is exactly why I chose MSc Real Estate Finance, and it really stood out to me. So basically, when I was choosing the course, I had a few priorities. One of them was has to be a very strong brand. Then I really had to have a look at what the finances look like. It should be affordable enough to proceed among the brands that I needed to shortlist from. And once I did that, the reason Henley stood out firstly was because I wanted something practical and career relevant, not just theory. So Henley approach pushes you, to think in a way which is very applied. You start asking questions like, what is the investment case? What is driving returns? What are the risks? What happens under different scenarios? You're not only learning concepts, you are basically learning how to use them and make decisions like an investor or an analyst or as an asset manager. Secondly, I wanted a program with strong academic quality and structure. Real estate finance, sits across economic, finance, and market behavior. You need a solid foundation to work confidently with data, research, and valuation logic. At Henley, you are basically challenged in a very rigorous way. It improves how you think. Even when the topic is technical, it is always connected to the markets and risk decisions, especially like one of the projects which I did in my first semester, which was Class A, or Grade A office building in Reading, the Blade. We did a real-time project on that one. Thirdly, I was looking for an environment with good support and a strong network. So at Henley, support is not just something, they mention, you feel it when you engage. The program team is very responsive. The lectures are approachable, and then the careers team, they offer guidance that can be generally useful if you use it early. And beyond the staff support, the student community is a big part of the value. The cohort is international, as you can see, all of us sitting here. There are people coming from different backgrounds, real estate, finance, engineering, consulting, business. And like one of my class fellows, he is from arts background as well. So the diversity basically makes the classroom discussion sharper, and also expands and the thinking, because people interpret the same market through different lenses. So it's a great learning experience. Studying real estate finance has been very strong experience for me. It has helped me so far connect the dots between the real estate market and financial markets. The property, you start looking at the buildings more like what really in it for investors, a combination of income, risk, financing structure, liquidity constraints, and micro exposure. And also begin to develop the habit of asking better questions would make this asset outperform and underperform, and how sensitive is this to all the financial ratios. And that mindset is extremely valuable. That's it for me for now.
Great. Thank you so much, Talha. Our next student ambassador is Ishita. Sorry, Ishita, you are muted.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Am I audible now?
No worries.
Yeah. Hey everyone, I'm Ishita and I'm currently studying MSc International Business at Henley Business School. I'm also a Felix Scholar and I'm really happy to be here today to share my journey in a simple, honest way. What I was doing before Henley, what brought me here, how far I have been, and what all I have learned during my time here. Before coming to Henley, I completed my BBA in India, and I was also drawn to the intersection of consumer behavior, marketing, and how businesses grow responsibly. I also wrote a dissertation on Generation Z's attitude and behavior towards vegan and cruelty free cosmetic products, which helped me build a strong research mindset, asking better questions, analyzing patterns, and thinking critically about what people value and why. But honestly, one of the most turning experience for me were during COVID. I worked on a COVID relief initiative where we arranged blood donors and oxygen support for people across Uttar Pradesh and India. And my role was very hands-on, coordinating quickly, communicating with hospitals and families, and connecting people to the right help. That experience shaped me. It made me realize that I want a career that isn't only successful on paper but also meaningful and something that creates real value for people. So, why Henley? For me, Henley stood out for three main reasons. Firstly, the triple accreditation gave me the confidence that the academic quality and global recognition of the school is something really valuable. Second, the learning here balances strong theories to real world applications, which mattered to me because I didn't just want to memorize the framework. I need to learn how to use them. And third, the international business course, the way the modules are designed, align with my future goals and understanding global market strategy and how organizations operate across cultures and countries. Now, coming to my experience so far, how has Henley been? And one thing I genuinely appreciate about Henley is that it pushes you beyond the right answers. In discussions and assignments, you are constantly encouraged to ask the right questions, like what is the uh, trade-off, what's the risk, how are the countries operating, how are the different markets working. And at first, it does feel very daunting and challenging, but especially if you are coming from a very straightforward learning background. But the challenge is actually what builds your confidence. And beyond class, I have also tried being actively involved. I'm an elected student trustee, a student counselor. I have also worked as a student panelist and a focus group participant, sharing my feedback to improve student experience. I have also worked as a student content creator, which helped me represent student life in a real, authentic way. These experiences help me connect with people, build confidence, network, and feel a part of the Henley community, which is something I really encourage you all to do if you join. Now, a quick word on the Felix Scholarship because I know many of you are interested in it. For me, Felix was impactful in two ways. Firstly, of course, there's the financial support. It does reduces pressure for you and gives you a breathing space, but equally it gives you a lot of confidence. It makes you feel seen that your journey, your goals, and your potential are worth investing in. And that mindset mindset shift is really powerful. It pushes you to aim higher, contribute more, and genuinely make most of your time here. I'll end with a practical suggestion on the Felix interview round because that's the stage many of you are heading into. Be crystal clear on why this course, why Henley, why this location. Back every claim that you make with a real example and any anecdote that comes to your mind. If you say you are a leader, give a moment, give an instance to quote. If you say you care about the impact, show that you have done so. Connect your goals with values and impact and the goals of University of Reading. Felix isn't only about academic excellence, it's about what you will do about with the opportunity that they're giving you. So show structure in your answer. Even like point it out first, second, third. That sounds confidence and that does not sound that you have memorized your answer. Be very clear, honest, and that's the kind of answer that lands to the interview. So thank you so much, and if you all would like, I would really love to take questions on Henley, student life, scholarships, and anything that you want to know.
Great. Thank you so much, Ishita. Our next speaker will be Charlotte.
Thank you so much, Urj. Hello, everyone. Hi, my name is Charlotte Onyango, and I'm a MSc Real Estate Finance student. So Talha here is my classmate. So I do maybe just about my background. I am from Kenya, and I have a BSc in real estate and about 3 years experience within the valuations and property management front. So while I was working, I thought, everyone asks their questions like, what will I be in the next 5 or 10 years? And for me, that it didn't look practical to be just in the valuations or property management's department because I like numbers. So I thought of doing something in investments and becoming an investment analyst, and specifically to become a sustainability analyst because of the trend of the flight to quality, where we're now looking at ESG and we're looking at buildings or just a sustainable future for the world. So that pushed me to research, because when you look at the job market, they're looking at what experience do you have, what papers do you have. And so with my BSc, I was not able to pivot into that directly. So I pushed myself to look for a master's course, and that's where the search began. So my story starts back from 2023, and I did apply and I got into the Henley Business School to do the real estate finance course, which I was very excited, of course, because this is a triple accredited school. We're looking at RICS accreditation for the real estate course. You're looking for at the investment program forum as well, for property forum, sorry, for the real estate course, which is something employers actually do look out for when they're looking at your credentials. So I did decide that's why I decided to come to Henley. But back then in 2023, I was short of funding because, again, coming abroad, moving from Kenya to the UK was very costly. And that's also a huge challenge, especially for international students coming from home and coming to here, where the cost of living is definitely quite high. So I had to go back to the drawing board to see, now what next. This is a dream I want to pursue, but the funding, I'm short of funding. So I went back to the drawing board, of course, continued working, ended up moving jobs and got an international job, which again increased my bandwidth of my salary, and I was able to save some money. And I did decide to reapply last year. And I did get the Excellence Scholarship, which I'm very grateful for, and which did a very good reduce the burden of those school fees. Of course, there are other scholarships, not just only the Excellence Scholarships. For the real estate course, especially real estate and real estate finance, we do have the AFRES Scholarship, which should be open soon. And a number of you, if you are taking the real estate course, this is something you should take advantage of because it does cover your full tuition fees. It's very competitive, but I believe that anyone can get it if you just try and be very specific, as Ishita has said. Do the STAR method, discuss. If you're talking about you being a leader, describe the situation, the task, the action, and the result. And that in itself increases the confidence and shows that, wow, this is a brilliant student who's really working towards something. And yeah, so that was that. What I have loved so far since I came here to Henley is one, the career support. We do have specifically for us, the Henley Business School, we have a personal coach. Imagine that. You have someone to walk with you from the very first day you walking into the school. They're able to guide you on your career. You sit down, have a one-on-one with them, look at your CV, describe what your plans are, and she's able to guide you through that. We also get job application forums, an email, like today is Wednesday. We do get an email every Wednesday, a whole list. For me personally, that was very new because in my undergraduate, there was nothing like that. So I've really come to appreciate that. Again, there are career fairs which work with you as you're able to attend for free. So this is really good. Then for us, the Real Estate Again course, we do have something called the mentorship program with the Real Estate Reading Foundation. So you do get someone to work with you again. Personally, I do have the CEO of Avamore Capital, which is one of the largest lending companies here. And he also went through the program and he's able to walk with me through his personal experience and to guide me in all of it. Then the international student experience as well. Being away from home might feel a bit lonely. And so the school also has set a program where we do have activities and you're able to go for round tables where you meet with other international students. There are events where you meet with people from, let's say, for example, I've attended a Sub-Saharan African student event, and you're able to interact with more and make more friends within that forum. Something else, again, that I've loved is also the on-campus opportunities, because I did get a lot of questions when I was doing the calling campaign is, work as you're studying as well. So there are opportunities like this, what we are doing. We are student ambassadors. So it does, what I like about it is it really works within your timetable, because some off-campus jobs may really be taxing because, you know, they want you to be here at a specific time. But the calling campaign shift is they'll ask you, are you available? And then they ask you, they do a shift and you're able to apply for them depending on how available you are. So that's also a very good thing that I've loved about it. The course itself, generally, I will say the real estate finance course is challenging, but it's possible. You can do it. You will think about the projects that you will be doing. In that moment, you might feel very stressed about it. But in hindsight, right now, if I look at the projects I did in December, I'm like, wow, I really did that. I did a whole modeling for a project in Hong Kong, and I was proud of myself. So I like that practicality and theoretical margin that there is for the course. And yeah, there are very many other opportunities, and it has been a great experience so far. So thank you.
Great, thank you so much. That was very informative, Charlotte. And now, last but not the least, we have an alumni with us as well, who is a current member, who has been a student ambassador. So our next speaker will be Sonal.
Hi everyone, I'm a conversion coordinator here at Henley, and before joining Henley as a staff member, I was actually a student here. I studied the MSc International Business course. I'm actually a qualified accountant by training, but I realized that the aspect of what I'd studied that I enjoyed the most had to do with data and converting data into strategic decisions. And as a student, I was looking therefore for courses that focused on strategy and the real-world application of theory. And I found the MSc International Business the right fit for me. Apart from the course itself, I was also looking for a few other things, particularly with funding. I was fortunate enough to be awarded 2 scholarships at the time, and as well as a strong support from the careers team. Studying international business has been a great experience for me. I met some incredible professors who I still run into now that I'm staff, and also have made some lovely friends here. I hope that through today's session, you'll get to know a bit more about what Henley has to offer, especially now that you're here talking to our students. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much, Sonal. So I think that brings us to the end of our presentation. So we will take a few questions. I guess one of the questions that was in the chat was if there are any subjects that you find like that are a bit difficult or overly difficult. Since we have people from different subject areas, so maybe you guys want to take a turn and just tell like which course you felt was, difficult or challenging when you guys were studying. So yeah, the stage is open. Any of you can just unmute and go ahead and answer.
Hey everyone. I feel the courses are very well structured and are designed by very great minds. So the structure is designed in a way that you don't feel very overwhelmed. I know assignment deadlines and examination deadlines are always something that stresses everyone out. But in my particular course, let's say international business, there was some part of accounts and mathematical parts which as a student I've never been a fan of. But apart from that, if you are really focused and are working towards what you know you want to do with the knowledge that you're gaining here, I think it's doable. It's everything is manageable, and the courses and the modules are designed in a way that you don't feel very overwhelmed, but you are also preparing yourself for the market, for the job market, for the companies that want to hire you. So yeah, don't feel very stressed out about that.
Great, thank you so much. Does anyone else have an answer? Like differently for maybe Charlotte? Yeah, for real estate. Yeah.
I wanted to add something. In as much as you might feel overwhelmed, there is also a support I figured out. She's called, you do get what's her name? Alicia. I don't know what we can say she does. So there is a lady within the Real Estate Foundation program. She does help if you're feeling overwhelmed. I was actually, especially with the studies and all, she can help you just have a one-on-one talk about it, and she helps you move your mindset from I cannot do this to I can do it. So I found that also very helpful when I felt stressed out about an assignment and I had a one-on-one with her, and she was like, let's move from what you know to what you don't know, and it feels a bit lighter in the end.
And we also have these student well-being apps designed by the university, where if you are feeling overwhelmed and you want to just let out all the stress in a very safe and confident environment, where you can trust the people you are talking to, counselors and mental health advisors, you can always get a session with them.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing that, guys. I guess someone is asking about how long did it take to receive the notification about the scholarships. So I think if it's a Henley Excellence scholarships, it's usually 4 to 8 weeks. We say that you get your response. So again, it's different. These guys applied last year, so this year it could be faster, it could be a bit slower. So I don't think they will be able to comment on it. But I think that one question that pops up a lot is that we talk about how our courses are quite hands-on. So Sonal, now that you are working, if you want to share how some of the aspects, some of the things that you learned during the course are actually helping you out, maybe now when you're working professionally, if you want to share a little bit of that as well.
That's a really good question. Like I said, I came from accounting, so I really wanted to pivot into areas where I could apply what I've learned at work. And I think international business really exposed me to a lot of different areas within business. So a lot of people typically focus on one area, but through the IB course, I learned about marketing, human resources. You also you can study about cultural industries, creative industries specifically. So there's a lot of opportunity to branch out into various areas. And I really wanted a role that really shined in that aspect of taking data and what can I do with this data and how can I use that to better what I'm doing at work. And I think this role really came through with that. I feel like I have the freedom to bring about changes, to bring about ideas to where I'm working, and also use data specifically and think about, okay, I have this piece of information, so how can I use this to make things better with what I'm doing? And the way Henley taught me that was, like Talha touched upon it as well, they're not just teaching you concepts, they're telling you, okay, this is what it is, but how would you take that and apply to a real world? So a lot of our modules also focus on taking these real world companies and applying what you've learned to them. So when I transitioned from being a student to work, I didn't feel like there was a disconnect between those two things. I felt like it blended in perfectly from being able to study those theories and study how data is applied to actually applying it at work.
Great, that sounds really good. I think with that, we will be coming to an end for this session. I have shared the link in the chat session for you all, those who have joined us today. It has a link to chat to our students. It's on our Henley Business School website. Please feel free to go there, ask these guys, and we have other ambassadors who are from different countries, different courses. Ask them a question. Feel free to drop me or Sonal. You will also see us on that website. And we have our regional managers, we have our faculty members on the platform as well. Professor George, whose session you might have attended at 12 o'clock. So we are all in that on that platform. So please feel free to drop us a message anytime. And hopefully we will be seeing you at Henley Business School this year. So that brings us to the end. So thank you everyone for joining this session. Hope it was useful for you. I think it was definitely quite useful for me. Talking to these guys is always good and very insightful. So yeah, thank you so much, everyone.